Hello everyone and welcome back to Days Out, and today I've brought you to a charming little miniature railway in the heart of Norfolk. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Bure Valley. The Bure Valley runs for 9 miles from Aylsham to Wroxham along the former County School to Wroxham route. Opened in 1880 by the East Norfolk, it was operated by the Great Eastern, who took full control in 1882. The LNER introduced a rail motor service, with traffic increasing after the opening of RAF Coltishall. Passenger services ceased on the 15th of August 1952, with only one goods train by 1959. However, the opening of the Themmelthorpe Curve in 1960 shortened the journey for Norwich City freight, whilst grain traffic remained until 1974. Freight traffic then consisted of a local pickup 3 times a week, 2 from Norwich and 1 from the concrete works at Lenwade when required. The latter last ran in 1981 and the line closed on the 6th of June 1982. The trackbed was then acquired by Norfolk County Council, who later passed it to Breckland Council. Construction of the railway started in 1989, opening on the 10th of July 1990, with a footpath added alongside in 1991. The first locomotive on the Bure Valley was number 3, built in 1988 and tested at Romney before coming to the Bure Valley to help with its construction. She was originally named Buxton Mill until 1998, when she was renamed 2nd Air Division USAAF. Now, the 2nd Air Division were based at 14 airfields across Norfolk, mostly flying the B-24 Liberator. Sadly, total losses accounted for 6,700. The first locomotives were hired from the Romney Hythe and Dymchurch, but the railway soon ran into financial trouble. So, new purpose-built stock was ordered from Winson Engineering. The solution came in the form of number 6 Blickling Hall, which arrived in April 1994. She's known as a ZB, as she's a half-scale replica of the 2-foot 6-inch gauge ZBs built for the Indian Railways. Blickling Hall itself is a Jacobean mansion not far from Aylsham. It was home to the Boleyn family, the most famous member being Anne, Henry VIII's second wife. Today, the house is owned by the National Trust. A second ZB, number 7, was later added. She is named after the famous RAF fighter, a handful of which were based in Norfolk. In 2021, alternative fuels were trialled in a joint venture between the Advanced Steam Traction Trust, the Heritage Railway Association and Coal Products Limited, using 3 bio-coals against Welsh coal, which won an Environmental Innovation Award in 2022. Number 8, meanwhile, was built by the Bure Valley using components from Winson Engineering. Originally oil-fired, she was converted to coal firing in 2008. Number 8 is named John of Gaunt, who was the son of Richard III, Lord of the Manor in Aylsham, and the father of Henry IV. The name is nothing new to these parts, as Britannia, number 70012, carried the same name and was first allocated to Norwich. Number 9, Mark Timothy, was supplied in 1999, originally with the outline of a County Donegal 264 tank. However, following a rebuild by Alan Keith, this has been changed, so now she's very similar to the tank engines on the Leek and Manifold Railway in Staffordshire. Aylsham was the line's terminus until the extension to County School opened. A second platform was later added, with the large goods shed having 3 loading bays. Renamed Aylsham South to distinguish it from North on the M&GN, the station remained largely intact until 1977. The goods shed survived into the 1990s, with the BVR station situated on the site of the original. The BVRs has 3 platforms with a centre road, covered by an overall roof. The shed and workshop has 3 roads, whilst the signal box controls the whole line, using radio communication, working on the block system. Inside the works is number 1 Wroxham Broad, constructed by Geist Engineering in 1964 as a diesel. Named Tracy Joe, she was based at various sites before coming to the Bure Valley in 1991, being converted to steam and given her current name in 1992. Number 4 is an 040 diesel hydraulic built by Hudson Hunslet in 1954. Originally 2-foot gauge, she is used as Aylsham station pilot and on engineering duties. Leaving Aylsham, the railway passes through a tunnel, the only one in Norfolk, which replaced a level crossing. Brampton is the first of 3 halts, with a passing loop just beyond the station. Buxton Lammas is the first of 2 original stations. It served 2 villages and used as an annex for a village school after closure, but is now a private house. The second is Coltishall, named after the RAF base. During the 60s, a loop was installed for freight traffic by removing a section of the platform. The freight traffic consisted of sand between 1966 and 68, before the traffic switched to Drayton near Norwich. Its replacement was gas condensate from Bacton, which moved to North Walsham in 1970 and still runs today. Between Coltishall and Wroxham is the crossing keeper's cottage at Beeler Green. Whilst on the approach to Wroxham, the BVR runs parallel with the Bitton line from Norwich to Cromer and Sheringham. Wroxham once had 3 platforms, the third being added in 2000. However, it was remodelled in 2016 with 2 platforms, a centre road and new crew and watering facilities. A short distance away is Hoveton and Wroxham. Built on an embankment, it marks the end of the double track section from Whitlingham Junction. The current brick buildings replaced the original wooden ones in the 1930s. The station once had a large goods yard, the final freight traffic being grain, which ended in 1991 when Speedlink trains ceased. Today, the yard is an industrial complex. Between the 2 stations is the former signal box. It's a Great Eastern Type 7, opened in 1900 and built by the firm Mackenzie in Holland. At its peak, the box had 50 levers, supported by another 20 in a smaller box controlling the goods yard, which closed in 1919. This box, however, remained in use until 2000, by which time only 10 of its levers were in operation. Today, the Cromer line has been re-signalled, controlled by a power box at Trowse, just outside Norwich. So that concludes our trip to the Bure Valley. Hope you've all enjoyed the video, and don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment. Take care everyone, and I'll see you all on the next Days Out. Bye for now.